This is the Irontrader. It is hump day, so it must be crude day. Now, the API report on crude came out last night, and it was pretty bullish. Crude had a draw of 1.5 million. Gasoline had a draw of 1.6 million. The distillates had a small build of zero point 0.5 million, and Cushing had a small build of 0.3 million. Now, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30 for crude oil, and then on Thursday for natural gas at 10:30. Then we have your rig count there on Friday. Now, key today is going to be this Fed meeting. Now, I'm not expecting them to do any kind of a cutting here because inflation is still very, very high. And when you come into the seasonality here now, it's probably going to go higher because now you have that summer driving going on. You have your hotels. You have to be doing hiring for all the people. And then you have your big real estate market usually coming here in the springtime area. So, but again, it's going to be the wording, what they're going to say about going down the road. So you got to be very, very attentive today. Okay, as usual, we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, you'll notice that what I was talking about here was this 8 SMA here. Okay, and as it gets away, the price gets away, it always wants to pull back. Okay, see, this was like on the upside, it wants to pull back. Even on the downside, it wants to pull back up to it. Okay, so what do we have here? We had these candles which went outside the price channel. See these blue lines? These are just price channels. They're coming very, very handy. Okay, so they're not only good for support and resistance, but when they start getting out of the price channels, they're like Bollinger Bands. Okay, in a way. Okay, not like them, but in a way. What they do is the price wants to come back in towards this 8 SMA here. Okay, so we can see yesterday where you kind of like had an indecision candle, and that was a good time to start unloading some of your crude oil here as far as the long position goes, to see what we have here going here the next day, because you can always buy it back. Okay, that's the key. And another thing we always wanted to look at here was this key 83.33. Okay, so when we were way down here, okay, and I said, as if this breaks on up here, this is going to be one of the levels here. That's going to be very, very key level here, just like when we had here, like what you have here. Okay, because that is very, very strong resistance, especially on a weekly chart. So you had a high. Your 100 SMA here is 83.33, and so far yesterday's high was 83.12. So you came in here, within 21 cents there. So that came in very, 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 very close here to the target. Now we got to see how this is going to handle. But what we have here yesterday was kind of an indecision candle, and then today we have a red candle with a lower low. Okay, so now what we want to do is you want to watch these support levels, because there's going to be a good buying opportunity here again to take a nice long position. Okay, so what you want to do is we want to watch today's low so far was 81.55. So right here, this 81.62, that would provide a support here. And then we have this 81.45 coming right on over here, which so far it has not tagged yet. So you want to watch this 81.62 on a closing basis, this 81.45 here on a closing basis. And then right here is very, very key level. This is that 80.85, okay? Because see, as that ran up, that was a breakout candle, okay, from this level here, and then it came down, and then she broke out again. So you always want to look at that candle there for your support level here now. So 80.85 is going to be very, very crucial, and then we have your 8-day right underneath it here at 80.56. Now you can see here how it wants to, drag all on down here, just like we had here. You want to come back to that 8 SMA here, but still, this is extremely, extremely bullish. One day does not make a market. Always remember that. Just like this red little candle here. Okay, so always remember that. So what we want to do here is look basically here to the 81.62, this 81.45, and then this 80.85, and then we have your 8 SMA. That's going to be all your really good support levels, okay? And now, again, if it goes below that here, then what you can do here is we just look to the bottom of these candles. So you're looking at that 80.49, which lined up very, very nicely here at the 80.41, okay? And then we can just go to the top of these this candle here. So you're looking 79.99, 79.90, and then we have the bottom of that candle at 79.57. And then we have here is your 21 SMA at 79.21, and then obviously your 200-day here at 78.33. Now, I don't think this is all going to be lost. If it is, you just follow the bottom of the candles down, 77.57, 77.34, and then we have your 79, but you have your 76.78, which lines up very, very nicely here, okay, with this. But your 50-day is nicely crossed above your 100-day. Your 21-day is crossed above your 200-day, your 8 days above there. So this is looking very, very bullish here. This is just 1 day here. So we got to see where this shakes out here. I'm going to be looking here to buy this here lower if it kind of holds all these key levels here, okay? So that is very, very strong, very support here. Now, let's just take a look here on the upside. Well, what we want to do is we want to obviously watch top of this candle. You're looking at that 82.50. We look at today's high so far at 82.65, and then right there you have your 83.12. That was your big number, and then this is key right here, okay? This 100 SMA. This is that 83.33. So if you watch my videos here, you'll know I said when I point out this 100-day, we have to see what it's going to do when it gets there. Okay, just like we've got to see what it do when it gets there. When it gets there. Again, this is a weekly chart, so even if this pulls all the way back down to this level here, you're still very, very bullish. Okay, so this is nothing because you can see how all these candles here are holding that key 8 SMA here. Now your 8 SMA is sitting here at 78.05, and then you have a 77.89 just below it, your 50-day. So you have that crossover on that 8 SMA, very, very bullish. But I say when I pointed out here the resistance levels, you always want to see what happens when you get to it. It's just like when you look at this, like the 200-day on a daily, see what happens when it gets to it. Okay, what happens when it gets to it? Does it pull back down? Does it blast up? See, that is the very always critical. So we found out yesterday exactly what happened when that price line went right to it. Okay, so it was 21 cents off the 21 or the 100 SMA here. So I think overall, I think that was pretty good charting overall. So now let's just watch here, see what happens here. It would be really nice if it came down to this 8 SMA here and held it, even if it's 21-day here, but I'm not going to get greedy. We got to just see how this is all going to shake out. Now your RSI here, you didn't tag 70, but you came pretty close here with the RSI. Your MACD is still bullish. Your green is over your red, looking very good. You're still very, very bullish here. Shows good momentum here at RSI. So we got to see how this all shakes out. Now, again, this could also be a fooler where it just comes right on down and goes right back up again here. So, always, it's a two-way trade here. So always be very careful. But the key levels that you're looking for on the upside is going to be right there. Is going to be that 82.50. Today's high at 82.65, and then right there, that 83.12. And then this is the bad boy right there, is that 83.33. So again, if you get above that, well, then we can just follow the candles all the way on up here, okay? So your next big level is going to be right here, your 85.30. That's going to be your next target level. And then we can come up here. You have your 87.83. You have 88.29, and then here is your 89.85 when you bring that price channel right across, okay? So you have some really good targets if you can close back above this 100-day. So far, it's shown that it can't, so we got to see how that's going to shake out. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly, okay? So when we push this up here, this is what I've been pointing out right here. You have that 21 SMA, okay? So you can see as once you lost that 21, very, very difficult here now to get back above it, okay? So you can see what's happening here, okay? So realistically here today, your high has been 1.765. Yesterday's high was 1.769, okay? So today's low, 1.713, and then yesterday's low, 1.70. So far today, we have an inside day, which basically means your highs and lows are within the highs and lows of the previous day. So that's what we have. But you can see this pattern is tightening up here really good here, okay? So what you want to do here, let's watch on the downside, is you want to watch that 8 SMA, okay? So you're watching at 1.716. And then if that's lost here, we can come right down here to 1.70, yesterday's low. And then we have 1.68. And then we want to watch this 1.64 level, okay? Because that came all the way from over from this candle here. So, okay, so 1.64. Obviously, if that's lost, then we can go down 1.59, 1.58. Look to the bottom of that candle, 1.57, and then 1.52. But right now, this 1.64 level is holding very, very nicely. So what you need to do here today is we want to watch this key 1.716. This is your 8-day. So far, we got a little pinball action between your 8-day and your 21-day. Now, on the upside, here's the key level of what you want to do is going to be this 21-day. This is 1.773, okay? And then we have your 8-day on your 1.7271, okay? So these are both very, very critical. So if you just 1.773, 1.77, basically 1.77, you need to get and close above that, okay? If you can, then we can just start doing all the target levels right here, okay? So what we want to do is we want to look to that candle. You're looking at 1.82, 1.84, and then we look bottom there, 1.87, and then we have 1.88. We'll have 1.90, 1.91, 1.95, 1.98. But this is your target right there. It's going to be that 2.0. And then right above it is your 50-day at 2.07. What I don't like is that 50-day is just coming right down. There's no curl at all on it. It's just straight down. Your 100-day is right straight down. But I do like this 21 SMA now that 21-day here. So you can see here how she's coming up on the upside here. So this 8-day here is going to provide pretty good support level here. Now, again, if you can get above that 21-day, this 8-day will curl right back up, just like you see how it did here. It curled back over to 21 and then rolled down. It's not going to take long, okay, where that could curl right back up. The key is you have to close above this 21-day. If you can, then we have a nice, good target. But realistically, this is where you're going. You're going to that 2.0, okay? So basically today, what we need to do is watch that 1.77 level. That gives you really good resistance, just like it had here. Okay, see where you went into it, and so far we don't have anything. You got plenty of time left. You got 3 days left here to crack above there for the week, but we got to see. Okay, so RSI here is looking good. Your green above your red, that shows good strength, good momentum. This here isn't doing much, but it looks like it wants to try to curl up here. RSI is looking good. So we just have some sideways action, but it just looks like it kind of like feels like we have a bottoming pattern here. That 1.64 was a kind of a low, but we got to see if it can curl right on up here and see where we can actually go right on up here. So I'll be looking here to try to scalp some UNG here today if we can get above, or if we come down here and get a little bit level and try to run up here. So we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at KOLD here, and we'll see where we can go. It'd be just really nice if you can get above this 1.77, then you can go rip higher right to that 2.0. Okay, let's take a look here on the hourly and the 4-hour. Okay, here you have your hourly chart. You had a nice, good stair step all the way down here, and it just feels like this is like a bottoming pattern kind of a situation here. I mean, that's just how it feels, because you had that 1.643, and then we had a little bit higher high at 1.646, and that's all it really takes. Okay, so you didn't go lower. Of course, if you do a red dog where it goes lower and then bounces back up again, like we had here, see, it just faked everyone out and then it just ripped higher. But this here is looking good. Now we basically just have some sideways action. So now what we want to do is, on the downside, you can see now we can use these price channels here for good support levels. Okay, so right there you have that 1.71. Okay, so you can see where it tagged it. And then what we do is we just follow the next price channel down. Okay, so you have that 1.70, and then we can follow the next run down, which is 1.69. So, okay, so these are going to be your support levels here now. Okay, and then we come all the way here where you have your support level down at 1.6, basically 1.66. Okay, so now this price channel, see how helpful that is? It gives you your support levels where you can go retest and then all the way down to where it came all the way off. Okay, so that gives you good levels. Now on the upside, you have a nice 50 SMA here that you want to get 1.73, and then looks really need to get above this these 200-day, everything is kind of jammed right on up here. But realistically, what you want to do is go and get above that 1.769, that 1.77 level is going to be a real killer. Okay, so you need to get back above that, then she can go higher. Okay, but right now, if it does sell off here, just watch these key levels here. So whichever one holds, say this isn't holding, go to the next one. This one hold, go to the next one. Okay, that's what you want to do. Now, there is a small gap here. Okay, so you want to look at this. The low is 1.684, and then we look here 1.681. Okay, so if this candle here is lost at that 1.71, this is the level that you're going to want to look at, that 1.68. Okay, the gap in that fill, that will be the next if this sells all the way on down here. Okay, so we got to see how it's going to shake out here today. A lot of day left. It hasn't even really started the market here. So, okay. So we have a nice stair steps down. We have that double bottom, and now we have sideways action. You really have to get back above that price channel, and that's going to be that 1.77. Everything is revolved around there. Okay, so when you line up your weekly, you line up your daily. At 1.77 is just key. It's just very strong. If you can get above that, then what we're looking next here is we're looking at that 1.79 level. Okay, which is if you can close above that, that would be a really good a buying opportunity here to take it long. Okay, then we can just take these levels across. Okay, so what do we have? You got with that 1.82, then bring that level across, and then see, got 1.84, and then you have 1.95. Let's see here, 1.98, and then here's your big retest. That's that 2.0 here. So we use the price channels here in reverse now as resistance going all the way on up. Okay, very, very simple. All right, excuse me. Okay, so that's how it works. So we'll see how it's all going to shake out. Remember, the EIA report on crude oil will be out today at 10:30, so you want to kind of be focused on that, and then your report for natural gas will be out tomorrow. Okay, I'll have more for you at midday trading today, and I'll also going to put up a seasonality chart there for you on natural gas. All right, thanks for watching.